Hey beauty queens, so in today's video I wanted to talk about something that you guys mentioned a lot. So in the comments in my Fenty video, you guys could go check it out if you want and just scroll through the comments and read through. I noticed a large number of people talking about how they can't find a concealer for them and concealer just never works for them. Their concealer creases, it doesn't work. So today I wanted to talk about concealer and how to wear your concealer and why your concealer might not be working. So I'm going to mention 3 things that I want you to try and see if it works for you and your concealer stays in place better. Okay, so number 1, you might still have product on your under eye area. This is even if you've just cleaned your face, if you're fresh out of the shower and you use your favorite soap and you're great and you look sparkly clean, you could possibly still have concealer in that area. And I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, sometimes we look in the mirror and we say, oh, I've got no makeup on, I can go straight to sleep. But if you use a cleansing product or a micellar water with a cotton pad, you will still find that you have product in that area. So it's the same thing for the under eye, and it's actually happened to me a couple times. I was using a concealer and the concealer for some reason was just a good concealer, but on me it was creasing and I was having a problem with it. I didn't know what was wrong. I was like, why is this concealer creasing? This is so annoying. I want to like this so bad, but it won't stop creasing. So I said, you know what, let me just go in and clean my face one more time and just make sure I clean my face before I apply anything, just in case. So this was the next morning and I had washed my face 2 times since I had removed my makeup last, which was the day before. So I took a micellar water and a cotton pad and I cleaned under my eye, and I was devastated to see that I still had concealer in that area after I had cleansed my skin 2 times and used micellar water the night previously. So it's like, how do I still have concealer in my eye? Like, it took me away. It took me away because I thought I cleaned my face so good, but I still had concealer under my eye, even though it looked like I had nothing there. And I had cleaned my face 2 times, taken 2 showers, used micellar water, and it was just like, what is happening? It's still there. So that's one thing I would recommend. Just make sure that that area is always clean before you go in with any product. Go in with micellar water and a cotton pad and just brush under there. Make sure you have no product and no residue of concealer that you worn the day before, or oils or dirt or anything like that. So tip number 1, make sure you clean the under eye area before applying any product. Okay, so number 2, this might seem a little bit obvious and like, Madison, why are you even telling us this? But you might have applied too much, and I know that in Instagram videos and on YouTube we see a lot of girls applying a lot of product under here, but that's really not for everybody. As a makeup artist, I know that you cannot apply tons and tons of concealer on everybody because sometimes it will just be a disaster. Unfortunately, more concealer is not always the better option for everybody, so you might be one of those people that just cannot take too much product on the under eye area. I would also apply it not directly up into those crease lines. I would apply it more in the center here and then just blend it upward, because you never want too much product right in your crease area anyway, because it's only going to get more caked and creasy anyways. So try to minimize the product under the eye. So for my last tip and recommendation, I would say you might have dry under eyes, and I know a lot of you may be like, no, I don't have dry under eyes, like my under eye is completely fine, it looks fine. And the tricky thing about under eye is that sometimes we don't always see what it's really going through. So like I said previously, with you might still have product under your eye or even any dirt or oils, and you want to clean that off before, because most of the time we can't even see the oils, dirt, and excess product that we still have under our eyes even after we washed our face. And unfortunately, the same goes for hydration. So you might just have really dehydrated under eyes, and it might not even look that way when you look in the mirror. I would highly recommend this to everybody. I say this to everybody when they say my concealer is creasing. Make sure you're hydrating that under eye. So at night, make sure you have a good eye cream. There are plenty of good eye creams out there. I know MAC has one. When I worked at MAC, it was like $30. I'm not sure how much it is now, and I'm recommending that one because I know that's on the lower price end. As a lot of you may know, eye creams can be very very, very expensive, and they get very high in price depending on the brand. But you could just go get yourself an affordable one and make sure you're wearing an eye cream at night, just to make sure you're getting that extra moisturized under eye, so when you go in and apply your concealer, it sits really nicely and doesn't cake up and crease all under your eye. I also received a comment on my Fenty Beauty video that talked about the Fenty Matchsticks and how they were not working for her under eye and it was horrible for her under eye. And just honestly speaking, products that are similar to the Fenty Matchstick, I would not use on the under eye area. The Fenty Matchstick is to highlight and contour, but highlighting and brightening is different from concealing. Those are two different things. So when you're concealing, you want a thinner consistency. Most of the time, you're really not going to want to use a stick form product to conceal your under eyes, because that product is always going to be more dense than a liquid form concealer. And just my personal opinion, after doing makeup on others, doing my own makeup almost every day, I would almost always prefer a liquid concealer on anybody, because that formula is just always going to work best on the under eye area. So make sure that when you're purchasing a concealer and you're concealer shopping, that you look out for those words. So when you go shopping and you're looking to conceal and cover up, you're not buying a highlighter, because those things are very different things and they do two very different things. So my last little tip is trying an under eye primer. A lot of brands do have under eye primers, and I know Becca Cosmetics has one. I actually have it and I use it sometimes on my mom, and it looks really good. And what the under eye primer is going to do is basically just make your under eye look nice and smooth, and it's going to help your concealer to sit better. So that is my last little tip. Just wanted to throw it in there that there are under eye primers out there, and you may want to try a couple different ones and see which one works for you and make sure under eye looks smoother and brighter and better. But those were the 4 main things that I wanted to recommend and suggest on how to make your concealer look better, how to make your concealer stay better, and just look better overall. So please try these tips and do come back and tell me if they work. Tell me if you already do any of these. I'm telling you guys, these 3 or 4 things, technically 4 things that I said, should really help you with getting your concealer to cooperate with you better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys really do put these tips into action, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.